Engineer Yilkal, we're going to talk about the state of Ethiopia and the Amhara struggle. Engineer Yilkal.
Thank you, for inviting me. It's a very difficult work to arrange this kind of meeting, which is a very busy meeting. I feel distressed and good relationship with all staff participating, and you are very resourceful person. Thank you for organizing this meeting. Thank you for opportunities to comment on the situation in Ethiopia. The agenda ethnic federalism and its crisis hold significant importance. I believe it's important today than it was decades ago, because the past 5 years have shown us the worst forms of crisis since the current constitution enacted. Excellencies, distinguished guests, and fellow Ethiopians, I have spoken extensively about Ethiopian federalism and the crisis that has been enabled, championed by helpless political leaders. There is no doubt that the ethnic federalism created by the Constitution is the root of our country's major problems. We have a Constitution that falsely reminds us that we have little commonalities or shared histories and relies on shall I repeat that? There is no doubt that the ethnic federalism created by the Constitution is the root of our country's major problems. We have a Constitution that falsely reminds us that we have little commonalities or shared histories, and that relies on political party as its guardian rather than independent institutions. We are living in a moment where we are not only clearly seeing the Constitution's deficiencies, but also experiencing the consequences of such a system. The very founders of the system have also suffered grave repercussions. And I am sure many of us still and I regret creating such a counterproductive system. The Constitution and the system it created were founded by rejecting the Ethiopian state itself, aiming to deconstruct the very nation rather than addressing the governance challenges. It's based on negativity. More importantly, it did not establish independent institutions capable of addressing serious constitutional and interethnic challenges, despite its repeated mentioning of ethnicity. We are killing each other without a supreme constitutional body that can help address our problems, coupled with political mismanagement by incompetent and narrow-minded political leaders such as Abiy Ahmed. Yet, the Constitution has effectively served its initial purpose of weakening Ethiopia and disempowering and subjugating the Amhara. Ladies and gentlemen, the Amhara people, as a group with a central role in the Ethiopian state, have been specifically targeted and victimized through false narratives and revengeful enforcement of ideas that seems appealing on the surface, such as self-determination. The ongoing Amhara response is against such subjugation and clear multidimensional assaults championed by ruthless political leaders. The resistance has evolved as a unique social movement. Unlike other historical struggles the nation has witnessed, the Amhara resistance is neither intended to achieve self-determination through secession nor to take revenge against any another group. Past and ongoing experiences clearly show that the Amhara resistance is a social movement with two dual objectives. It aims to address urgent challenges faced by the Amhara and to work on the national project alongside the other Ethiopians. Fellow Ethiopians, unfortunately, that we are currently have a government that fuels conflict and transforms them into full-scale wars instead of working to ease tensions. We have a short-sighted and incorrigible leader who keeps repeating mistakes and refuses to accept corrections. The Prosperity Party government is a regime that has inherent organizational structural problem and little social business. It has created a military and intelligence apparatus that has grossly failed to protect the sovereignty of the country and the safety of the people. More than anything else, we have a neurotic leadership that struggles to control situations by force. Even for the simplest issues, its constituent elements have contradictory visions under the same imposed name. Naturally, such a flawed political system would gradually fall apart and potentially endanger the nation. In the absence of leadership and political organizational structure, it would be naive to expect positive changes. I'm willing to debate anyone who wants to challenge this. The government's response to the Amhara resistance highlights the deep crisis we face. There is no better example of the government's failure than the inability to control the second largest region. On the other hand, the resistance is uncontrollable and highly organized, exceeding the regime's capability. The FANO is a well-organized social movement with a strong intelligence system that has evolved into an organization, with leaders learning from their mistakes and issues. FANOS has roots in the social fabrics of the Amhara, who have a long-standing and strong tradition of obeying rules. The FANO resistance has learned much from past failed and successful struggles and social movements in Ethiopia and around the world. These realities, along with the strong popular sentiment, suggest that the government is unlikely to prevail. Most importantly, the FANOS have demonstrated their willingness to collaborate on the Ethiopian project while addressing the present needs of the Amhara people. Finally, my call is to all Ethiopian stakeholders to unite to end this crisis and save Ethiopia and our people from the ruthless regime. We all must work together to create an inclusive transition to pave the way for the democratic journey of Ethiopia. Thank you very much.
Thank you, General Yulkan. Thank you. Appreciate it. The next